graduation, I worked for events. So I went around Asia kasi we handled, if you're familiar with Asian Institute of Management, I handled we handled the corporate social responsibility events. So masaya siya, 'di ba? Pero 9 to sawa. Okay, tapos pag on-site na, wala ka ng tulog. So kahit na tinanggap ko yan kasi sabi sa akin nung nag-interview travel. So 2 weeks travel daw in different countries. So parang na-imagine ko, no, pupunta kang Bangkok, 2 weeks ka na gumala, hindi ka pala makakagala. Pag, di ba, pag pag events tapos travel, hindi makakagala. Ang gala mo lang doon sa 2 linggo, yung Sunday tsaka yung Sunday. Di ba? Hanggat hindi tapos yung event, our events we handled, it's Asian conferences. So more than 500 delegates usually. So, yun, puhunan mo, pansit canton, cup noodles, di ba? Cornflakes na binaon mo sa maleta mo, so nagbawas ka ng damit para mas kasya yung pagkain. Kasi let's face it, in priorities, it's always food. Ayan. Tapos, naka 5-star hotel ka nga, pero hindi ka naman nakakalabas. I experienced one time, yung secretariat ng event namin, nasa isang room na yung isang door, paglabas mo, swimming pool. Ang saya, di ba? Ayun, isang linggo namin tiningin yung swimming pool. Tapos, isang linggo din namin napansin sino yung madalas lumawi. Doon, so parang kami, ang tanging nagawa namin doon sa swimming area is umupo doon sa may upuan tapos mag-take a break ng mga 10 minutes. Yun, sabi ko, grabe, ang saya. So, at that time, sabi ko, mas gusto ko mag-travel for leisure. I mean, yung, either for a purpose, hindi events na hindi ka makakatulog, or for leisure. Yung talaga ma-enjoy mo yung lugar. Kasi sabi ko, di ba, nasa nasa Vietnam ka nga, di ba? Tapos, lang labas mo, nung bumili ka ng pagkain. Ayan. So, when the company was going to be sold to Singapore, I didn't want to go to Singapore kasi I also had that aha moment when we were in Singapore na sabi ko, in fairness, no, ang mga OFWs, they only, ang pinakamasaya sa family nila, hindi sila, kundi yung pinapadalan sa Pilipinas. Kasi, yung OFW, para mo lang in-uproot, tapos nilagay sa ibang lugar. Pero technically, the cost of living, the lifestyle, everything, ganun pa rin eh. Kasi sabi ko, mahal naman ang pagkain dito sa Singapore. Imagine mo yung budget meal nila, $1, which is more than 40 pesos, diba? Tapos, bihira pa. Usually, it's your $5, Singaporean dollars. Sabi ko, magkano yun? 100 pesos ang budget meal mo dito, 150. And that was like 10 years ago, di ba? Pakamahal naman dito. So sabi ko, if there was a way to like earn that amount here in the Philippines, why not? Tapos, so that time I worked, kasi na-refer ako ng friend ko, I worked as advertising. So I was an account manager and then I was handling I was handling pharmaceutical brands. So if you're familiar with medreps, kung ano yung ginagamit ng medreps, pang-present ng doctors, yun yung projects ko. Sabi ko, grabe, wala talagang tawid sa course, no? Ganun talaga ang buhay. Pag kahit na inaral mo siya ng 4 na taon, technically, hindi mo siya magagamit habang buhay. Unless na lang you really made a career out of the course. Pero kasi yung course ko, hindi kilala ng mga tao. So, yun, I handled those accounts, and it was the time that number 1, I realized na hindi pa rin wala ka nararamdaman, healthy ka na. Diba? Number 2 na nakakamatay ang stress. Kasi that was the most stressful job I had because I had 2 bosses, my client and my boss. Right? Kasi I was account. So, ayoko talaga ng synthetic drugs kasi I don't like hospitals in general. I don't like getting sick. So, stressed ako noon to the point that every 2 months, I was in Makati Med for a checkup. Basta ang daming lumabas sa katawan ko, parang nagre-revolution siyang why are you doing this to me at this young age, ganun level. So, ayun, kaya that time na nasa accounts ako, ay nasa advertising ako, that was the time I shifted to freelance. So, I did travel blog during my events time. And then, I got to meet the people. Tapos, so how do you sustain that lifestyle? Ganun, nga, at that time, hindi pa uso talaga. I mean, Filipinos still don't technically know the freelance world. Kasi, ngayon, parang in the past 3 or 4 years pa lang eh. Actually, until now, hindi pa siya yung gano'n na, nakilala. People are still wondering how to do it. Pero kasi that time, since, yun nga, they're already in that world, I got to go into freelance. So it was also during my advertising days when I got invited to USANA. However, pag tiningnan mo kasi ko, I would during that time, I would probably the least person you will invite. Parang yung mga tinanggal nyo sa baka isa ako dun sa mga isa ako dun sa mga na-filter. Isa ako dun sa mga sa mga next time gano'n. Kasi bakit? Kasi introvert naman ako. I don't really like talking to people. Also my family is very negative about this kind of industry kasi my dad was scammed. So parang okay, very, very, very negative. Tapos ako naman, I was that person na I had that impression before that this is something done by lazy people. Alam mo yung kasi I came from a private school. I studied in a good school. Tapos I handled CEOs. I handled a lot of important people during events, and then in advertising, I was handling the top brands. Um, top brands ng may sakit. Yung pang losartan, breast protect, technically yung pang heart, ganon. And then, I even handled projects for the pink Band-Aid. So, alam mo yung, you wouldn't like murder or kill that career for something na hindi naman legit. Pero hindi ka ako kagad, hindi, yung before you sana, ang impression ko on this industry was really not good. And then, introvert ako. I don't like talking to people. Okay? Hindi siya I don't know talking. I don't know how. I just don't like talking to people. Kasi, wala lang. If there's nothing interesting to talk about, let's just not talk. And then, I'll just read. Ayan. So, ito po. Ayan. So, magbabasa na lang ako kasi yun naman talaga yung kinalakihan ko. But I do love traveling. And then, I love writing. That's my first love. Tsaka ngayon ko na na-gets. Anyway, ayan. And photography. Hindi kahapon kasi kausap ko sa FamDrill ang team nila coach din, di ba? Tapos when I said first love ko yung writing, may nag-message ng first love. Na-realize ko si Coach Gerard pala yun. Kaya pala ganun yung comment. Ngayon lang nag-sink in sa akin. Late nag-sink in sa akin na nandun siya. Ayan. And photography. So, yun. Yan yung love ko. Yan talaga yung love kong gawin. Ayan. Pero, why am I here? Di ba, parang there are people na they would say na hindi ko naman yung passion whatsoever, di ba, first love ko nga writing. Pero, of course, there's a difference between passion and purpose. Sometimes you get to combine both. Pero oftentimes, di ba, you're doing something that you love, which is passion, and then you're doing something you're meant to do, or at least you're called to do, which is your purpose. So for me, the purpose I found here is to help people create a life outside their cubicle. What do you mean? Kasi most of the time, pag tinanong natin or kinamusta natin isang person, anong sagot niya? Okay lang. Tama? Kunwari, tanungin ka ng friend mo, kamusta ka siya? Yung sagot mo, okay lang. Diba? Yan yung pinaka-common. Tapos, people think it's okay na okay ka lang. Kasi sabi ko, pag may nangyari sa'yo, suddenly you're not okay na. I mean, okay lang. Yun lang yung level nun eh. Tapos pag may nangyari, nandun ka na, bagsak ka sa hindi na okay. Compared sa you're great. Pag great ka kasi, meron ka pang good. Tapos pag may nangyari, dun ka palang magiging okay. Pag may nangyari, ka lang magiging hindi okay. So, marami pa levels. At the same time, most people, they are defined by their work. Kumbaga, pag kinamusta ka, kung kwento ka naman about your life, yung life nila, they usually say about their work. Bakit? Kasi more than 8 hours sila doon. So, yun lang talaga makakwento mo, di ba? So, wala iba nangyari sa buhay mo. Parang last night, I have a lot of new associates na caretakers in Hong Kong, in Taiwan. Tapos, I was surprised kasi when I asked yung bago namin, sabi ko, so, what made you smile today? What made you happy? Tapos, ang sagot niya, ang hirap siyang mag-isip ng what made her smile today. Bakit? Kasi niya lang, yung trabaho niya. Sabi ko talaga, nothing made you smile. Kapagod po kasi yung trabaho, napagod. Alam mo yung gano'n. So, it's really something na sad kasi we're only given one life and then you want that life to be quality for the roles that you want to portray or to do. 'Di ba? Kasi hindi, for example, sabi ko nga kagabi dun sa talk, gusto niyo ba yung epitaph niyo, for example, auditor? Yun lang. Yung year na pinanganak ka, namatay ka, tapos ang epitaph mo lang, kasi yun lang yung buong buhay mo, auditor, ganun, engineer, gano'n. Diba? Nothing really purposeful. So, yun, we want to help people through the time that you sana can give you in the future, right? And through the income. And yun, when it comes to income, a life with options. Kasi most of the time, our options are related with our financial capabilities. Tama. Hindi ko ano yung hindi ko ano yung binook mo, hindi ko ano yung binili mo, yung talaga yung gusto mo. Sometimes, yun lang yung pasok sa budget. Right? Currently, ano ba, may family na ba kayo? May kids na kayo? 2 kids. Ilang taon?
9 and 6.
So pwede nang lumibot-libot dyan. Pwede na iwanan.
Pwede na manggulo.
Pwede na rin ba utusan yan? O hindi?
Yes.
Okay, that's good.
Yung nakaka-excite sa pag 8, 7, 8, 9 na. Pwede mo nang utusan.
May stages kasi sila di ba? Kasi ako official tita. Official tita sa bahay, official tita sa Cebu. Pero official tita in short. Ayan. So, alam mo yung stages ng bata. Yung time na cute siya, mapaglalaroan mo lang siya, kasi di ba? Ito na yung time na moody na siya, depende kung batikan niya o hindi, di ba? So, ito
Pwede mo na siya inisin.
Di ba? Ito, pwede mo na utusan, gano'n.
Utusan,
Dali nang mausap, ayan. So, depende. Ayan, stages. So, yun. So, ibig sabihin, you're both a mother and a wife. Tama? So, ako naman, we all play different roles kasi, and we all want that to be quality. Tama? Hindi naman pwedeng, for example, yung pagiging V lang yung quality or isang part lang. You want it all na quality. So, ako, I do social media marketing for different clients. Although, when the team grew in Yusana, I made it, less clients. Okay? Tapos, one of the things that I really enjoyed when I did Yusana is to have time for the ministry. So I'm active in a ministry. So I'm a Christian by faith. So yun, right now I lead a ladies fellowship, and then all of them are from Yusana, all yung ladies na yon, and half of them is from Cebu. Ayan, kaya kabilado ko na yung Minglanilla, yan, Talisay. Diba? So, medyo nakakabisado ko na. So excited. I'm supposed to be in Cebu in September. However, diba, COVID. Yeah. I was supposed to be in Egypt this August, but hello, COVID. So, there are certain plans that are moved next year. Pero, thankful pa rin kasi we're still doing this. Ayan, online. And then, I'm also a writer. So, again, that's my first love. And then, I do traveling. Ayan. So, lahat yan, those are the things that you want to have a life and then have that options. Okay? So, with that mission, and how did I do this for the introvert who doesn't like talking to people? Gaano ka introvert? Hindi po kasi searchable before yung Facebook ko. Tapos, for you to be my friend in Facebook, I should be the one adding you. Ganon. Ganon po akong pagka-introverted, diba? Tapos, nung nag-transition ako to naging active na yung travel blog, ang hirap pa lang, ang hirap na ikaw yung nag-a-add sa, sa tao. Kasi, you meet someone in travel, or you meet them in an event, tapos, ikaw pa yung maghahanap, right? Kasi sabihin nila, what's your Facebook? Tapos, I'll add you na lang. Prima donna ng dati. Pero, ang lang nun, I just don't like to flood my feed kasi ng nonsense. Yun din lang yung concept doon. Pero right now, yun, di ba, nasa social media, social media marketing na ako. Okay, so, how did I do it, and then how did the team grow? It's through the team and through the system. So, it's important that you just don't know your coach, like Angel, kay Bernice kayo, Bernice, it's important that you know the team. Especially if you are not in the same location as your coach. For example, you're there in Cebu, you have to know the Cebu team. Bakit? Kasi those are your allies. Okay? Those are, di ba, World War naman, World War talaga. World War naman, hindi naman yung per side, hindi lang as in sila lang. They found allies throughout the world, kaya siya naging World War and everything. Pero same lang din dito para you grow your network here, you will grow your network in outside Yusana. Kasi these are the people who will help you. Ako, I am a product of number one, trainings to learn the system because I'm a very systems oriented person. I know when there's a system in place, it's something that can be duplicated, right? And can easily be followed. And then I'm a product of slides. I'm a product of the team. Yung pero same team kami. Those people have helped me grow my business ng bonggang-bongga talaga. Like, I mean, that's the reason why I'm close. I have adopted kids from Cebu, and then that's the reason why I know a lot of people. I know the leader from Iloilo, I know the leader from Bacolod, I know the leader from Baguio, which has helped me because this year, of the new associates are Ilocano. So, di ba, meron akong Bisaya sa umaga, meron akong Ilocano sa gabi. So, yung Tagalog self ko, sa hapon lang, normal, ganon. So, nakakarinig ako. Tapos, so, since I know I know the leaders from Benguet, from Baguio, I get to connect them. So, they get to, whenever there's someone na not comfortable, kasi there are people like that, they're comfortable, or they get to easily connect when they know that it's same province. So, kaya you get the help of the team. Ayan. So, you maximize the team dito. Also, it's also if you have limited time, like for example, you can only invest 1 to 2 hours here, it's the best time to get the help of the team, or at least be in communication with your coach to maximize trainings, to maximize the people around you. So through that team and through that system, I have helped people earn $100 to $600 part-time. Ayan, so Coach Angel is one of our elite circle. So, and then she's also one of our directors. So she has hit the 600 mark. Okay. Part-time. Okay. And then meron din ako leaders who are earning $1,000 in a week. Okay. So, not bad na, no? Okay. Ano na yan? Ilang hours na yan sa VA. Ano na yan. Pero, leverage. Gusto ko talaga dito, leverage sales. Right? And yun, I have built markets here in the Philippines and abroad. The best part is the last line, from the comfort of my home. So, I'm now here in Cavite. During this year, I was in Makati, and then I went home here kasi mas maraming pagkain dito. Tsaka hindi ako maghuhugas ng pinggan dito. So, diba, mas masaya. Ayan. So, how I got sana, this girl yung may kasalanan. So, again, very simple lang yung yaya niya sa akin. Hindi na to nagagawa ngayong COVID kasi online na tayo. Pero that time, ako po ay produkto ng kidnap. Alam mo yung kaladkarin ka. Tapos, sabi lang sa'yo kakain kayo. Tapos, naniwala ka naman, di ba? Wala ako masyadong trust issues eh. So, naniwala ako na kakain kami. Tapos, sinundo niya pa ako malapit sa office. May office was in Makati. Lahad kami towards Ayala Triangle. Nakakatawa doon kasi if you're familiar with Ayala Triangle, basta meron din sa Ayala. Pag kumaliwa ka, yung Ayala Triangle may pa-lights. May mga malaming kainan. Pero pag dumiretso ka kasi Enterprise Center, pag dun sa underpass. So instead na kumaliwa kami, para kumain diretso kami. So, dinala niya ako sa Enterprise. Tapos sabi niya sa akin, wait lang, kakain. Ay, may danan lang tayo. Sabi ko, okay, sure. Di ba? Uto eh. Malaki lang talaga yung tiwala ko niya. So, sabi ko, wait lang, may dadaanan. So, akit kami. Sabi niya, wait lang, may papakausap ako sa'yo. Tapos, 3 hours na ako pinapresenta ng products. Grabe no, 3 hours. Bakit? Kasi akala na nagpe-present. Pharmacist ako. So, yung 41 nutrients, essentials, diniscuss niya sa akin. Grabe, di ba? Ang saya-saya. 41, anong purpose ng, vanadium, anong purpose ng, vitamin B, di ba, ganun. Parang ako, wala po akong pakialam, nagugutom na po ako. But, I joined because of the products. Di ba, 3 hours ka pinapresenta ng products, pag mo pa nagustuhan, ewan ko na lang. Pero pagdating sa business, medyo lumilipad na yung Chicken Joy, saka yung bonchon sa harap ko. Yung mga gano'n, alam mo yung gutom na gutom ka na talaga kasi hindi ka nagmerienda. Pero, here's the tip. Diba, you have those 80 people. Find those people that really trusts you. Yung talagang, pinagsabihan ka ng problema, minsan sa buhay nyo. Alam mo yun, you had those, beach moments. You had those beach moments. Yung beach moments? Yung, sunset, magkasama kayo, nag-uusap kayo ng buhay. Yung, o kaya hanggang maggabi, nasa may bonfire kayo, you're talking about life. May mga ganun tayong kaibigan. Yung they trust you, okay? Or they respect you, they like you, they respect you. Those things, unahin nyo yun. Bakit? Kasi hindi naman yan maghahanap ng results. Dalawa lang yan. It's either maghanap sila, antay nila maging successful ka, but they're in full support or something. Or mag-yes sila kasi they really trust you na kahit na walang kahit na wala pang resulta, they see your vision. Okay, so ito po yung nag-invite sa akin. So, number 1 na naging benefit sa akin ng Usana Product Works. Ayan, yan po yung itsura ng Pancit Canton Girl. Yung itsura ng ang tagal ko na hindi kumakain ng Pancit Canton, like 4 years. Instant, tagal na. I don't eat instant na kasi for so long. Pero yan po yung itsura ng walang tulog, mga 2 hours, 3 hours lang, tsaka Pancit Canton. Okay, so well-nourished na po tayo ngayon. That's one of the things. Kaya I started sa product user, I have allergic rhinitis. That's why I wanted to use the proflavanol. Plus, usually nagbe-breakout ako ng bonggang kapag stressed ako. So, kaya, talaga, I wanted to use the products. And then, ito talaga yung cause. Ito talaga yung reason ba't ako nag-join. Yan, yung malaking word na nasa taas kasi na-feel ko baka mamatay ako ng maaga kapag hindi ko pa alam mo yun, namatay ka na ng bata, tapos wala ka pang pera, di ba, lungkot, tapos yung lang, advertising, ganun. Events. Sad. Life I imagined for me or for my future family. So, I also by 20,000, that's small. 1,000. Pero, sila mawala din yun eh. On case, yung technically, tama. So, this is my concept when I wanted to do this, my mindset when I decided as a product user, and then tsaka lang ako, I'm a product of trainings. Attend lang ako na attend kasi hindi ko na-get sa business, diba? Kung siguro kayo, you join because of the products or the business?
First, because of business. And then
Business.
yes, because we really need a passive income or an extra income. And then when
Okay.
it was about Usana, naging interested kami kasi we also have friends and we already have friends using Usana.
Okay, ayun. So, because of the product. So, for me to think business, kasi nga, di ba, negative yung those people na I really didn't get it. Pero, because of trainings, because of the thing, kailangan, di ba, nung hindi naman inaral mo muna yung sabi mong papasa ako dito. Like, for example, may course right? Pero I know that it's a number 1. I so may trust din dito. The reason why sabi ko nga I handling top brands from pharmaceutical companies back then. Because it's very simple. This one, don't give up to the good to go for the great. Pwede na to. That's why I think that Usana is not really in focus. Sabi ko, it's still active in realizing that. It's science-based. And don't like facts important for me. So you can actually, whenever you encounter with questions on the, you can go to scientist.com. So the those are the lists. So if you have specific questions, para you get to know more about the products. And then at the same time, we are
Coach? Nawala ata.
Frozen. Naging Elsa si Coach. Hintayin natin. Ano rin kasi sa Cavite, medyo ano rin sila. Nagsha-shift lang din yung Cavite to fiber internet. So, nandun siya ngayon. Dati kasi sa Makati talaga siya nag-stay si Coach Zoe. Pero ang tawag to, yun, umuwi muna siya sa Cavite. Para hindi niya na aalalahanin yung food niya. Hi, Coach. Okay ka na, Coach?
Hello, okay na ba? Okay na ba? Lumipat ako
Yung
ng data kasi
boses mo, ayan. Humahabol na yung picture.
okay na to. Wait lang share screen ako. Alam mo naman sa wonderful world Cavite. Ayan. Buti nga na nasa Cavite na ako kasi ang taas na ng cases sa Makati. As in, pagtingin ko, wow, okay. Yan. So, yun. So, in terms of manufacturing naman, Nisana has 0 product recall. So, since 1992. So, I have, kasi manufacturing friends, MEM and stuff. Sabi ko, grabe, no? Tsaka I have auditor friends. So, sabi nila for a company to have 0 product recall, iba yung quality. Kasi that's one of the things na hindi naman usually paiiwasan. Tapos, yan, back-to-back best nutritional manufacturer. Tapos, I wanted to be with a company that has the same values as mine. Of course, very important if you want to stay long-term in a company. Dapat, di ba, align kayo ng core values. So, nakakatawa kasi our founder is actually the first ever Lifetime Achievement Award of Children's Hunger Fund. Tapos, meron siya mga hospitals in Uganda, in Cambodia. Ayan. Tapos, he really is already a philanthropist at this level ng life niya. And then, meron, he gives back. Tapos, tayo, we have yung sana foundation na pala is before lockdown, mga past years, whenever there's a Yusana Service Week, yung team, we go to different places to do community work. So, nakakatawa lang din kasi nga, it's a company with a heart talaga. Tapos yun, this is when we went to Asia Pacific Convention to meet Dr. Wentz. So, yan, gumagalaw naman po siya, hindi yan wax figure. Okay, legit na siya yan, kasama si Prudence, and then si Dennis Waitley. So, these are the team. So, again, it's a very big team who will help you. So, get to know the team talaga. Tapos, naman yan eh. Of course, there are ito yung thing na people feel right now that we are in a desert. Alam mo yung we are in a time na sobrang limited ng resources, so sobrang limited ng time. Tama. And then, of course, we understand also our guests. So, pagdating dun sa objection nila na yon, don't worry kasi may mga trainings lang yan. Hingin mo lang yung link kung ano yung training papanoorin mo to handle. Pero ilan na pala yung napresentan nyo? Ay, nakamute ka.
3, tapos yung isa hindi pa natapos.
Okay, sige. So, may tip ako sa'yo mamaya. Pero, for you, in your case, I mean, you as a Yusana associate, you may feel na ganito, you have work, and then you have kids, and then the question is, paano ko gagawin si Yusana? I mean, is it really worth the time? Kasi there are people na yung question eh. Kung sinong close, di ba? Pareho kami may thirsty man in the desert. Di ba? Pareho kami may poso. Okay? Pareho kami may poso, pinag-usapan namin yan. So, pero in this case kasi, imagine yung poso mo, that's Susana, and then yung tubig na nakita mo, nakatabi ng poso is time. Okay? So, pwedeng 1 or 2 hours. So, you can actually spend that 1 or 2 hours on things that may matter right now but will not matter in the future. So, pwedeng paglalaba, paghuhugas ng pinggan, ayan talaga yun. Okay. Or you can actually put the 1 and 2 hours time sa poso or sa income generating asset, and then you have to do the work. Kasi di ba yung poso, hindi naman paglagay mo ng tubig, dadaloy na siya. You really have to pump it muna. para ma-extract yung tubig. Pero tsaka siya tuloy-tuloy. So, same lang din dito. Every 1 or 2 hours you give here will give you 1 day, 2 days, 1 week, 2 weeks extra in the future. So, you really have to first put in the time muna. Huwag kayong manghihinayang if you put in the 2 hours at 3 hours. Kasi, it's really worth it. So, di ba, ang goal naman natin is to live moment by moment, the milestones in our lives, the moments na are really, when we look back in a rocking chair moment, we remember not paycheck to paycheck. And then, of course, the question is, what would you do if you had that time? So, for me, it's this one. So, I really love to travel. So, but I want to travel with a purpose. And then, of course, the community work that I want to do. Pero, ang hirap kasi mag-give to charity if you're a charity itself, diba? And so, yung unahin mo rin, of course, yung self. And then, yun, I'm the media head pagdating sa sa retreat namin. So I have my team there. So and it's my way of service to the team. And then that's my ladies fellowship. We meet every Sunday. Half of them is from Cebu, okay? And because for me that's the ultimate mission that I have, to spend more time there for my personal mission. Yan. So here's the question, what's your coffee moment? Ano yung future coffee moment? Mahilig ba kayo sa coffee? Liliwanagin ko lang muna akong Hindi, anong tea? Ano bang, ayan, tea, okay. Ako po kasi, I'm a coffee person. So, clarify ko. Pero for example, sige, tea let's put it in a tea moment, okay? Imagine, 5 years from now, it's a Monday morning. Ano ba kayo? Wednesday morning. 5 years from now, Wednesday morning, you're having your tea. The question is, where are you and who are you with?
Where am I? Nasa beach house.
Okay.
With the family.
With the family. Diba?
Yes.
So, that moment, just imagine that moment. Just imagine that happy moment and think of it this way. Whenever you're doing something in Yusana, you are getting closer to that moment. To that tea moment. Coffee moment sa akin kasi that picture is very memorable sa akin. That's in Baguio. Okay? That's a Monday morning in Baguio. This year. Technically, yan na po yung huling labas ko ng 2020. Apparently. Diba? Who would have thought? Pero that's the last labas, last January, kasi February, na tayo, unti-unti na tayo na lockdown. Pero, that was a Monday morning. We came from a wedding in Nueva Ecija ng Saturday. Sunday, we were talking to going to Baguio for dinner. So, but on the way to Baguio, pumutok yung Taal. Okay? So, na-realize namin, sakto, most probably walang event ng Monday. Kasi usually, we have our Monday hustle yung gabi ng Monday. So, before, it was, of course, in AIM pa siya. So, kailangan physically present ka. Pero, nung pumutok yung Taal, on our way to Baguio, doon namin na-realize, walang Monday training bukas. We can stay in Baguio overnight. It was actually a random, impulsive, spontaneous trip lang yon. Tapos pagdating namin sa Baguio, yun, doon pa kami, alam mo yun, doon lang kami naghanap ng tutuluyan. Tapos, since, marami tayong kakilala, so may natawagan na, available ba? Okay, we'll go there, ganun lang. Tapos yun, that night, Sunday night, we were all laughing. We were in Baguio. All of us were from Yusana kasi sila yung mga batchmates ko din technically. Kami yung sabay-sabay kami nag-grow dito. Tapos we were laughing. So, parang na-realize namin, grabe, no? Before, like, if you would imagine, a couple of years ago, when we were not in Yusana, we dreaded Mondays. Alam mo, yung feeling na, Monday na lang. Pero that time, we were in Baguio, nagtatawanan kami, nagkukwentuhan kami about life, and there was that moment that you would say talagang, buti na lang. Buti na lang I said yes. Right? And then yun, this picture was the Monday morning. We were having coffee, we were talking, tapos sabi ko, buti na lang pala talaga. No? Buti na lang even though there were doubts, even though you were unsure of success, you were unsure of what will happen, if it's something that's really for you, buti na lang I said yes. And then I learned. I had that attitude of learning. Kasi there are people that they get that ID number pero hindi naman talaga nila wino-work out, diba? So it's a little bit not different from people who don't join. Pero sabi ko, buti na lang, you'll never know what your decisions today will bring in the next 2 or 3, 4, 5 years. So, congratulations, diba? You made your second best decision. Bakit second best? Kasi married ka na. So, ayokong hindi natin kinokontra yun. So, dapat first, diba? Dapat best decision yun. Tapos, eto, second best decision na lang. Okay? We don't want to compete. Pero it's something that's really life-changing if you work at it. So, let's talk about business. So, the number one thing you have to do is to have a vision board or a power board, your goals in the next 6 months. And then to have a dream board, your goals in the next 5 years. Ayan. So, that's my dream board. So, yan yung dream destination ko, which is Egypt talaga ang dream destination ko. And Scotland. And then, of course, yan, Japan. Tapos, wala lang, the life that you want, kasi that's something that you have to really see and be excited about every single day. 'Di ba? Para, ganito kasi mindset ko minsan pag may nag-reject sa akin, tinitingnan ko. Pag wala siya ng any of this, dapat his or her opinion shouldn't matter. Kasi wala nga siya nito, di ba? So, doon tayo sa meron na yung gusto mo kasi you would want to follow that person. Kasi they can teach you how to get there. So, for example, you want to earn the $600 in a week, di ba? You listen to Coach Angel kasi she's someone who's already done that and can teach you how to do it. Tama. Very simple logic lang naman. Hindi ka naman magpapaturo, for example, sa teacher na hindi yun yung subject niya. Okay, paturo ka ng math sa English teacher, di ba? Hindi naman You go to the expert. So, setting expectations in the business since you've been here, I think, 3 weeks ba? Okay, of course, this is an on-the-job business. What do I mean? This is like OJT back then na parang training period. So, training is really required. I mean, if you want to grow fast, don't miss any trainings. Ako, tumatakas ako nun sa opisina para lang mag-trainings. Balik akong opisina. Ganun level. Kasi sabi ko, hindi ako papasa sa exam pag hindi ako nag-aral. So, for example, you're trying to hit your PPPS. Hindi ka papasa sa PPPS kung hindi ka nagte-training. Tama? Kasi, hindi mo masasagot yung mga certain questions or, yun nga, parang pa-exam. Okay, so best to listen to your coach and then to attend all trainings. Okay, even yung mga health and freedom, even yung mga presentation, for example, yung tonight na 7, with or without guests, I would suggest kinig kayo dun. Okay, number 1, to know the team that you are working with. Number 2, to absorb din naman how the business is presented. There's always something new, okay, to learn about it. And then, sabi ko nga doon, not expect too much from your coach without expecting the same level of commitment with yourself. Ayan, parang sa relasyon lang yan. Tama? Hindi pwedeng masyadong mag-expect tapos ikaw walang binibigay. Diba? Yan? Hindi pwedeng martyr, ganyan. So, be intentional. So, your coach is very much willing to present for you, to help you, to guide you with your goals. But, of course, you also have to give the same level of commitment or it should be actually higher. And be ready for rejections. Ayan, since tatlo pa lang yung napapresenta niya, mamaya may share ako about that. Pero, be ready. Tama? I mean, yan, may kids naman kayo, hindi naman nung nadapa siya, sinabi mo na sa kanya, anak, walking is not for you. Wag mo na lang ituloy kasi nadapa ka na. Okay? Hindi, it will be wobbly, it will be difficult at the beginning. Same feeling lang yan nung nag-enroll tayo nung grade 1, enroll tayo nung college, nung high school, 'di ba? Same feeling na uncertain ka nung first day of school, sobrang uncertain mo, pero gusto mong pumasa. Kasi alam mo something's waiting. So, aral ka mabuti. Tapos you know na hindi lahat ng exam na sasagutan mo perfect. Tama? Pero you still keep on going to the exams. You still answer kahit na alam mo na magkakamali ka, may mali ka doon kasi alam mo na it's part of the process. So, same lang din with rejection. Ito, meme ko po ito na ginawa. I like sending memes. I like making memes. Ayan. Sabi nga dito, diba, a lot of people, kapag kunwari nagkaroon ng problem, ang sinisisi nila yung coach nila. Pero pag naging successful, biglang sila yung magaling. So, either way, have that ownership of business. Okay? So, why do people fail to hit their goals when it comes to PPPS? Ayan. Clear naman. Ayan. So, number 1, no set goals. Wait lang, ko. Clear naman kung paano ma-hit ang PPPS. Ano requirement ng PPPS?
For apat na may enroll mo?
Ilang points total?
1.6.
Okay, ayan. May gusto ko yung may uncertainty . So, yun kasi sa number one, no set goals. A lot of people, the reason why they don't get to hit the PPS is number one, they don't know okay, paano siya ma-hit or hindi nila alam yung goal. So, yung PPS, yes, at least 4 people, total of 1,600. Coach, paano yan? Pag ayaw, kunwari, the person, yung kausap nyo is, yun nga po, 30,000 pera niya, ganun. Okay? So, the 1,600 is a mix of preferred consultants and business builders. Okay? So, it's either the 300, 500 points package and also if they want to enroll first as a preferred consultant. Kasi meron akong associate na nag-PPS siya, tatlong 100 points na preferred consultant, tapos tatlong 500 points. So, PPS pa rin siya nun. And isang 500, tama ba? Oo. Ay, dalawang 500, isang 300, tapos tatlong PC na tigwa 100 points. 1,600 pa rin siya. Okay? So, mas mabilis na nga siya. Madali ngayon. Okay? Kaya, for example, hindi nila kaya yung 300 and then mag-PC muna sila kung hindi talaga nila gagawa ng paraan. At least may 100 points ka from them. And then they get to use the products. Like yung associate namin na nag-enroll, since tumaas yung belief niya sa products, nakita niya yung value of the business. So, it depends eh. Pero set goals, so it's important that every Saturday you set goals with your co-users para na-assess. Okay, na-assess what can best improve in your week. Okay, and then they set unrealistic goals. Kung gusto nila $1,000 kagad, hindi pa nga nagwa $100. So, level by level kasi talaga to. Para yung growth mo din, level by level. And then, don't focus on the negative. So, again, do not base your present action. For example, yung action mo this week, dun sa kung ano yung nangyari last week. Kunwari, there are people kasi, Coach, 5 na yung napresentan ko, ayoko na. Diba? Kasi, hindi sila positive. It doesn't make sense kasi syempre hindi naman sila ulit yung kakausapin mo this week para ma-reject ka, 'di ba? Ibang set of people naman na yan. So most probably ibang results na yan. Okay? So kaya doon tayo sa future tsaka moment yun, 'di ba? That excitement of that success for you to be presently doing things right now. And then yun, same lang din naman they easily give up. They do not evaluate. Okay? So it's very important to recalibrate, to evaluate every 5 to 10 presentations. Just so you know where you can improve, what training you need to watch, because you don't need to know everything right now. You just need to know what you need to know to hit your goals. Okay, so ang goal is PPPS, know all the trainings na kailangan for PPPS. Not for directorship, not for $1,000, kasi iba yun eh. Tsaka foundation eh. Kumbaga, bakit maaaralin yung subjects na grade 3, hindi ka papasado sa grade 1? So, focus on finishing fast yung grade 1 muna para yung foundation mo on your grade 1, gagamitin mo din kasi yun pang grade 2 eh. So, your foundation in PPPS, gagamitin mo din yun pang $100. Yung lessons mo in getting your $100, gagamitin mo din yun to get your $200. And so on and so forth. Okay? And then, yun. So, this is the next gen roadmap. So, again, we are like in an academy. So, lang siya, parang grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, grade 4. So, don't get frustrated kung wala ka pa dun sa $1,000 kasi, syempre, grade 6 yun. Doon muna tayo sa grade 1, which is getting your first income, okay, by hitting your PPPS. Okay, so, para mag-consistent yung income. So, congratulations, hindi nyo pa natatapos yung first 10 nyo. What I would suggest is to finish this week your first 10. Ano yung first 10? First 10 guests. Nakakatatlo pa lang kayo. So, dapat matapos niyo yung 10. If 1 joins in that 10, that means you're good. If 2 joins out of that 10, that means you're great. If 3 joins, that means you're excellent. If nobody joins, hindi ka lang star section. Pero papasa ka pa rin. Gagraduate ka pa rin. Which means, para sa inyong first 10, that's not for your guests. It's for you. Para ma-practice ka. Ma-practice mo ang open-minding, ma-practice mo ang priming, ma-practice mo ang pag-build up kay coach, ma-practice mo ang personal closing. Okay, so your first 10 doesn't necessarily mean doon manggagaling yung PPPS mo. Okay, I have an associate, 20. 20 ang kinausap. Pero after the 20th, yung 6 na pinesenter niya, from yung si guest 21 to guest 26, doon niya nakuha yung pang-PPPS niya. Right? So, depends. And you also get to know your batting average. You get to know your weaknesses. You get to know your strengths. You can focus on it. Basta maraming matututunan sa first 10 mo. Okay? So, the faster you finish that, less overthinking na baka hindi to mag-join, baka hindi niya to gusto, baka wala tong pera, baka wala tong pangarap, wala na, madami. 'Di ba? Nag-decide ka na para sa kanya, pero hindi ka pa nag-hello. Okay? So, people don't like this, other people deciding for themselves. So, don't decide for your guest. Coach, mukhang product user lang to. 'Di ba? Inunahan mo na, hindi pa nakikita yung logo ng Yusana, dinecide mo na product user lang siya. So, no, the goal is to just present to the guest, okay? You'll never know din kasi. Kasi, like for example, yun nga, yung sabi kong yung friend ko from Malaysia, hindi naman kami close. So, kung overthink ako na taga-Penang naman to, hindi naman, nasa Makati ako, paano ko naman i-build? Alam mo yung mindset ko, pwede yung mindset ko na, paano ko naman to, kasi pre-COVID, wala pa yung mga online things, paano ko naman to iti-train, so puro Zoom, may mag-join ba to? Pero imagine, no, nag-join siya ng Feb, lockdown ng March. So, natapos yung run niya ng April. Tapos yung lahat na napa-join nun is international. So, you'll never know. Tama? Kasi ang tanong niya lang naman nun, sabi niya, okay ba, pwede ba ang Penang base? Tapos, pwede ako mag-inarte na hindi kailangan ko na Makati team, hindi kailangan dito muna kasi nandito yung team, ganun-ganun. Or pwede kasi sabi, ang naisip ko lang noon, kaya ako nag-guess dun sa kanya is para ma-practice ko yung closing ko. Tsaka hindi pa full yung calendar ko. So, sabi ko, pandagdag sa calendar para at least I get to practice. Ayun, on the spot siya, 'di ba? So, bonus na nag-join. Pero ang goal ko lang naman talaga noon, 'di ba? When you eliminate those overthinking and when you eliminate those thoughts na kailangan mag-join, before mo makausap, syempre pag nandiyan na, ang goal natin is they really appreciate and they get to see the value. Pero yung sometimes kasi na-overthink natin yung inviting. The goal lang naman talaga is to sell the meeting, make them curious, and then to share the good news sa kanila. Okay? So, finish your first 10. Yun yung pinakamasasuggest ko right now kasi nakakatatlo pa lang kayo. So, ano pa talaga, you will really not get the skills that you need to make your income consistent. So, important that you finish your first 10. Okay lang yan kung hindi dyan galing yung pang-PPPS nyo. Normally, man talaga galing. Pero like yung isa ko associate from Hong Kong, ang pay, nasa na siya, 300 points na lang yung kulang niya. Kakatapos lang ng 4 weeks niya. It started with just her goal having 5 guests that week. Tapos sa 5 guests na yon, 2 yung nag-join. Tapos tapos the following week, sabi ko, sige, next 5 lang. Sa next 5 na yon, isa yung nag-join. O, diba? So, sabi ko, di wow. Sabi niya, coach, ang goal ko lang naman, diba, 5 guests. Yun lang, very simple lang yung mindset niya, 5 guests, not overthinking kung mag-join to, hindi. Ayun, 300 points na lang, tapos na niya yung PPPS. Tapos, yung tatlong yon business builder lahat. Alam mo yung hindi pa na-enroll nasa event, nasa Success Saturday na gano'n, nasa nasa Monday Hustle na. Wala pa ID number kasi nga papadala pa lang yung pera eh. Pero nagte-training na, tapos tapos coach na yung tawag sa akin, diba? Saan ka pa? Sabi ko, panalo to, wala pa ID number, coach na yung tawag sa akin. Tapos may na, pinaka-favorite ko yung isa doon. Hindi pa na-enroll kasi nga papadala pa yung pera kasi nasa abroad, diba? Padala pa yung pera, 3 na yung guest ng weekend. Sabi ko, in fairness, di ba? Sabi ko talaga dun sa sponsor, may ID number na ba to? Coach, wala pa, naantay pa yung, padala. Ganon. Sabi ko, okay. Pero may guest na siya. Opo, coach, excited na nga siya. Diba? Sabi ko, okay, sige, daig niya pa yung, daig pa, diba? Daig pa yung nag-enroll. Alam mo yun, yung may ID number na, tapos 2 weeks na, wala pa ini-invite. So, yun, hindi lang nag-overthink. Excited lang talaga. So, ito, first 10. Tandaan mo, hindi lahat nasa star section. Diba? Sa amin, 7 sections kami noon, diba? 6 sections yung hindi star section. Lahat naman sila maayos yung buhay ngayon. So, in short, ganun lang din. Right? Yung first 10 mo, okay lang yan. It just means na hindi ka pa star section dito. Pero it doesn't mean na hindi ka mag-PPPS. So, again, may hit your PPS. There's a lot of reasons. Ako, for me, it's the number 3 and 4, the third and fourth bullet, why people should really run it. More than the matching bonus. Kasi yung matching bonus, di mo naman siya may enjoy kung wala ka naman associates, di ba? Para sa yung 15%, tapos wala ka naman na sponsor. But it's number 2, the belief. Of course, kung 3 na naman yung feeling mong sa sponsor mo dito, maliliitan ka. Although, hindi rin kasi like for example, si Coach Sean, I don't know kung na-meet niya na magkakasundo kayo nila Coach Sean. Si Coach Sean is, the one who, the foundations of Cebu, of Next Gen Cebu. Pero is currently stuck here in Makati kasi pumunta siya dito na ng December. Tapos hanggang ngayon, di pa rin siya nakaka-uwi sa Cebu. Then, ang matching bonus niya last July was 80,000. From the Ruby Director of Cebu, which is Zolo Abelia. So, imagine may matching bonus na 80,000. Ano na, sweldo na ng manager sa corporate. Pero siya, bonus niya lang. Right? 8 years in the business. Tama, 8 years na siya. Ayan. So, pero again, running your PPS is for you to learn the system and the process. Para alam mo, right? Kailangan, ito pala yung sasabihin. Alam mo yun, is for you to fail forward, technically, when you run it. Kasi ang hirap nga na hindi mo alam yung sistema, hindi mo siya mauulit-ulit. Kasi ako naiintindihan ko yun eh. Kapag alam ko yung system, I can troubleshoot kung saan may error. Alam mo yun kung saan, kung ba nagko-coding ka, hanapin mo kung ano yung maling kama eh. Hanapin mo yung maling colon, di ba? Kaya nag-error yung code mo, mali yung pwesto ng colon, ganun. Marami kasi ako, ayun, si Angel IT. Marami ako engineer sa team ko, pero Bachelor of Arts ako. Okay, leverage tayo. And then, build your winning team. Very important, okay? Para, even if you're busy with work, even, for example, you have your mother duties, di ba, wife duties, tumatakbo yung negosyo. Okay, kasi ako, I really develop leaders. Like, for example, every Sunday, non-negotiable kasi sa akin ang Sunday kasi it's my ministry day. So, my team knows that I don't present on Sundays. Kahit ano, I will only, like, once a month, sige, magpe-present ako, pero one-time slot lang, if talagang kailangan. Pero they know that I don't present on Sundays kasi yan talaga yung ministry day ko. So, dahil dyan, right, sila ang nagpe-present pag Sunday, they stepped up. So even Sunday, tumatakbo yung negosyo ko. Pero, di ba, I get to do the things that matter. So, that's the goal. You have to build your winning team. So, imagine 5 years from now, isa lang yung ma-sponsor mo monthly, ganun kayo ka-friendly, di ba? Ito po yung case ko, ganyan. Hindi friendly. So, one person lang nasa sponsor. In 1 year, meron kang 12 sponsors. So, in 5 years, you have 60 sponsors, right? If you're going to do this 5 years, tapos yung 60 na yan, they all earn $100 lang. Okay, wala nagwa 1,000 na 100 lang. Masaya na sila sa 5,000. Imagine, your matching bonus there would be 900 or 47,000. Or let's say ganyan, in a month. Sayang, diba? What if lahat sila 1,000? So, dagdagan mo na isang zero sa dulo. O, diba? Yan ang passive. Yan ang passive income. Kasi bonus yan. Tama? And it's also a reward of helping a lot of people talaga. Okay? So, ayan. Finish your PVPs in the next 2 weeks. Bakit? Para sa week 1, diba? You sponsor dalawang 500, you get $100. Yung 500 na yan, don't limit it sa Philippines lang Kasi for example, majority ng lately na nagjo-join sa amin saan? Ayan, Canada, US, ibang bansa. Bakit? Kasi pwedeng yung kausap mo din sa Philippines, medyo may niisip niya nga, ito na lang yung pera ko. Pero madami din here in the Philippines. Yung mga suddenly, pinalista ko sa team ko yung mga nag-online selling, para hindi nila masasabi sa akin na hindi ako magaling mag-sales, kasi nag-online selling kayo. Di ba pwedeng sabihin sa akin suddenly na, friend, di ako magaling sa sales. At the same time, they are already looking for different opportunities. Okay, so sa week 1, tapusin yung 500 points left and right para may $100 ka. Sa week 2, tapusin yung PPPS para may income ka ulit. So, para meron kayong pang-OPEX nyo ng negosyo kasi we want this to be self-sustaining. Right? And then, pang ROI din. So, that's But isipin mo kasi, sa first week mo, 10 yung pinisentan or 5 yung pinisentan, 2 yung nag-join, pwedeng yung 3 doon, bumili na lang muna ng product sa inyo. Kasi, for example, within your area, yung invite nyo. So, that's good. You still get to earn. Okay? So, this time, tapusin nyo siya in 2 weeks. And then, the 3rd week, pwedeng yung mga iba nyo nakausap, the 3rd week lang nag-join, or pwedeng yung nag-join sa 1st week nyo, sila na yung nag-i-invite. So, sila na yung may 500 points na sponsor. And then, ikaw din, tinuloy-tuloy mo lang siya. So, pwedeng sa following week, meron kang $200. And then the following week, yung sa first week mo, tinapos na lang din nila yung PPS nila, and then yung nag-join sa week 2 nila, nag-start na din sila in doing the business. So, paano sila mag-run ng PPS? Make sure nakasama mo sa trainings. So, sa week 4, meron ka ulit na $200. So, in 1 month, okay na siya, 28,000. Tama? Pero you started it with what? With just running your PVPS in 2 weeks. Kasi pwede namang ito yung scenario in 4 months. Tapos mo pa rin yung PVPS mo kasi first month, $100, second month, $60, tapos mo pa rin yung PVPS mo. Pero yung income, pwedeng mas mabagal. So just imagine, pwede na after 5 weeks, or for example, in the case of one of our newest associates, one of our newest directors, within her first 3 months, nag-director siya. So that's because pwedeng on the 5th month, since may 6 ka na tao sa left, may 6 ka na tao sa right, mag-sponsor lang sila ng tig pa 500, meron ka ng $600. Meron ka ng 30,000. So, yung income mo in first month, in 1 month, naging income mo na lang in 1 week. Because that is setting the pace. Tama? So, ano lang siya, how you do your business, you can do it fast para, mas mabilis para later on, tama, mabilis din yung growth ng team mo. Okay? So, that's for you to earn. So, again, for that passive income that you want, for that extra income that you want, this is the ladder. So, it starts with you. You have to have that right attitude to learn, attitude to empty your cup, okay? And then, so that you can teach. Kasi ang hirap ituro yung isang bagay na hindi mo alam. Tapos, for it to be duplicated. Ayan. So, kaya we have a lot of trainings. Kaya I do training separate for leaders kasi nga, we have to duplicate ourselves. Hindi pwedeng ikaw lagi yung bida. Ikaw yung magaling. Diba? Pagod ka naman. Diba sa opisina, kung sino yung pinakapabibo, siya yung pinakapagod. Pero pareho lang yung sweldo dun sa matagal magkape sa pantry. Tama. Pero yung isa, bibong-bibo. Pero pareho lang sila ng sweldo. So, dito, huwag ka mag-alala. Pag ikaw yung pabibo, ikaw yung magaling, diba? Make sure na mas magaling yung nasa baba mo para mas malaki yung income. So, these are my leaders. So, I don't know if you've met Coach Mina Pearls or she got her cool directorship in 3 years. And then, yun, nakapag-travel sila ng mom niya sa Japan. And then, sila ng fiancé niya sa Cape Town, South Africa. And then, yan yung mga coaches mo. Actually, these are your coaches. So, make sure na added mo sila sa Facebook. Ayan, si Coach Phoebe, currently in Michigan, si Coach Angel, and then si Coach Teresa. Okay, so these are people that has results. So, you're in very good hands. Tama. Kahit huwag ka mag-alala, lahat ng iniisip mo at iisipin mo, naisip na nila. So, kaya nilang sagutin. Basta matanong. Basta be in constant communication. These are our newest directors. In the past 3 months, we've produced 3. So, counting. And then, this is my apprentice in Malaysia. Sa kanya galing yung Hong Kong and Taiwan ko. So, we are going international. Diba? So, yun yung exciting dyan. Kasi hindi lang Philippines ang market mo. So, kaya for example, yung shift mo is panggabi, right? Alam ko na meron ka pa rin makakausap ng mornings. Diba? May makakausap ka pa rin ng 6 p.m. before your shift. Yun, 7, usually naman the big group is 7. Like yung tonight nga, 7 p.m. yung kinaano. So, what you need is a prospect list. Yes, because a small list is a bad posture, big list, good posture. Ito yung mga memory joggers that you can take. Okay, madami siya. And then, paano pipiliin? Doon sa 80, ito na siya. Pang gusto mo pa siyang ma-cut down para mapili mo yung first 10 mo or your first 20 mo. Number 1, they know you. Siyempre, hindi tayo stalker. Number 2, they trust you. Hindi porket kilala mo, di ba, may tiwala sa'yo. Yung iba may trust issues. Pero pinaka-importante, they like you. Ayan. So, sabi ko nga kagabi, hindi pwedeng ikaw lang yung may gusto tapos di ka niya gusto. Diba? So, kailangan, mutual yung pagkagusto nyo. So, why? Because they will not be in a team where they don't like the person. So, very important, find those people that they really trust and like you. Yung alam mo talaga they trust and like you kasi mas madali silang ma-invite, di ka mag-worry. And this is the, since I have a leader named Pearl, hindi, joke lang. Ito siya, from Mentor Clark de Guzman, our youngest $1 million club. Ayan, so, ito yung pang-filter mo. Okay, so take note mo na lang para at least matingnan mo dun sa 80 names nyo. Pili kayo ng tigda-2 per category. So, positive outlook. Siyempre, wag ka muna mag-invite ng lahat na lang ng pwedeng nireklamo sa Facebook. Kasi pagdating niya dito sa Yusana, lahat ng pwedeng ireklamo sa Yusana, irereklamo niya. Tama. So, hindi naman suddenly mag-change yan. May ID number lang nag-change na yung attitude, diba? Tapos, at the same time, entrepreneurial mindset. Ayan. Kasi kung may business yan, alam niya kung makakakita siya ng magandang business. Makikita niya yung value. Okay? Achiever. One of the tips that I got before is, hanapin mo yung outside Usana. Nung hindi pa nila alam yung Usana, they already strive for success. Bakit? Kasi they know the value of hard work and then they know their value. So when they see this kind of opportunity, they see themselves as someone who can succeed in this. Kasi very important na naniniwala dito na magsasucceed ka para magsasucceed ka. So, have that achiever. Recognizable. Ano yung recognizable? Meron tayong mga kaibigan, di ba? Hindi naman sila influencer. Pero pag may pinost sila, pag may sinabi sila, 500 likes. Parang sila, di ba? Hindi naman sila vlogger, everything. Pero, sila, bida-bida. Hindi. Sila yung, madaling makilala. Yung in a crowd, sila yung ginagawa biglang. Kasi may friend akong ganyan, bigla siya yung bigla yung Miss Freshie, alam mo yun, biglang siya yung muse, biglang pag may, siya yung pambato, okay? May mga ganun tayong kaibigan. So, di ba, pag siya yung nag-hello sa mga guests niya, mabilis yung business mo. And may sense of leadership kasi we are not looking for followers, di ba? We are looking for leaders. And successful because, again, they already know the value of success. They know the hard work that goes into success. And nakatikim na sila ng success. So, they want it in their lives. Tama? So, yan yung check your list, your candidate list. Tapos, pili ka ng mga tigda 2-3 pangalan per one. Tapos, ayun, yun yung target mong ma-invite. Okay? Pero again, dapat they trust you and they like you. Okay? So, there is no 100% script. You will hear a lot of scripts here. But, it's not 100% and there is no 100% batting average. Kasi people also have seasons. 'Di ba? Kahit na gaano ka-perfect yung script mo, kahit gaano ka-perfect yung lahat ng ginawa mo lahat ng tama, minsan sila yung mali. Sila yung, alam mo yun, kasi one of the funniest experience namin is meron kami magjo-join na. Like legit na withdraw niya na yung pera. 'Di ba? So excited ka. Tapos, nanakaw yung wallet niya sa bus mula yung papuntang Enterprise. So, hindi na po namin hawak yun. Yung mga ganong experience, alam mo yung, hindi mo na hawak, kung nari perfect na perfect yung pagkaka-invite mo, tapos biglang bumagyo doon sa lugar ng guest mo, hindi mo na hawak yun na wala siyang internet. Kaya hindi siya nakalitaw sa meeting nyo. So, there are things that beyond our control, but what you can control is your attitude, right? Your perspective, and the things that you learn in the business for you to get your goal. So, what to do? Clear your calendar. Basically, clear your calendar for unnecessary activities. Replace them with points-producing activities para ma-build yung team. So, this is the team that will help you. Yung sa gitna, yung nasa filling station, yung upper na gitna, may kasama si Superman. That's the Team Cebu. Ayan, sina Coach L, Warren, Jolo, PJ, and si PJ yung taga-Talisay. And then si Jamie, yung girlfriend. Yeah. So, these are the people who will help you. Okay? Everybody, they're not all my teammates. They're not all, hindi lahat ng pictures na yan yung tao na nasa under me. Pero again, build your connections here, build your team here. It will really, really grow. So, ito po yung itsura ko noong 2011. Yan po, again, ang itsura ng Pancit Canton Girl. Yung itsura talaga ng lang talaga. Pag nalaslas mo ko niyan kape, ngayon kasi 1 cup na lang ako per day. So, lang talaga, happiness ko lang talaga siya. Pero pag nalaslas mo kasi ako ng mga panahon ng 2011, meron kang 20 ng kape sa sobrang pagkakape ko nun dahil nga wala pa naman yung sana nung wala pang kukwin nun. At the same time, kailangan talaga gising ka for that life. Pero yan, fast forward to 2018. That's in Universal Studios, same location. Pero kasama ko na yung team. Ayan, we went to Singapore. Kami nila Miss Angel to meet Dr. Wentz and to learn from in the Asia Pacific Convention. And of course, good news dyan. Changes talaga sa life. Nakakabili ka na ng shades for travel. At the same time, kasama ko na yung team dyan. So, more on a purposeful travel talaga siya. Kasi, tsaka, syempre, hindi na siya travel na pulubi later kasi nga, weekly yung commission. So, 1 week kami sa Singapore, pero pag uwi, of course, may commission ulit. So, yung maganda dito. So, basically, that's it. That's my story. And then also, that's my tips for your PPPS para at least, diba, we get to help you. Okay, so yun. Do you have any questions?
So far, wala.
Ayan. So, go for ano? Go for PPPS kasi aside from your marriage, this is lifetime. So, again, this is the second best decisions. Tsaka ano rin, difficult sa umpisa. Isa din naman sa pinakamatututunan nyo dito, time management. Pero, your coaches here are here to help you 24/7. Ayan, ano naman yan. Sigurado may gising na coach. Hindi ako yun I'm not saying na ako yun. Pero, sigurado na may gising na coach na to help you kapag kailangan. Okay? So, yun lang. It's very nice meeting you. And excited talaga ako kasi supposedly talaga nasa Cebu ako nitong September. Unfortunately, diba? Ano yung planado na
this year?
lahat na, yun, yung Egypt ko tsaka yung Cebu ko. Feeling ko pag nagpunta na ako sa Cebu, may pa-red carpet na sa tagal eh. I mean, it was supposed to be last year, tapos, maraming ganap. So, this year, supposedly nung March, buti na lang hindi ako nag-book nung March, kasi yun yung, kundi baka na-stuck ako sa Cebu, diba? Mapaglipay ko, lockdown, tapos hindi na ako nakauwi, okay? Namili na ako ng bahay ng associate kung saan ako titira.
Complete with bouquet na yan, coach. Welcome bouquet.
Oo, actually meron na may nanunundo na sa akin, may magpapakain na sa akin. So, yung na lang talaga, flight na lang talaga.
Thank you, Coach Zoe. Sobrang
Thank you
sa time. Ay, Coach, picture tayo ni,
Wait, is there anything?
1, 2, 3. Ayan siya. Pag nag-add ka ng Cebu, i-post mo yung picture mo with Coach Zoe. Alam na nila.
Yeah, actually, mas mabilis. What's your name?
Your name?
Reef.
Wow, your name is Reef. Gusto ko to. Pa-dive tayo dito eh. Ayan. Pa-dive.
Go there na kuya.
Masaya sa Cebu, madaming dive spot. Excited na ako. Yeah.
Thank you,
Add mo
Coach.
lang sila. They're very friendly. Yun, you can attend later. Like, you can plug in kahit may ginagawa ka, you get to listen on the Cebu TV. Saka yun, yung Bisaya. Nakasulat, Cebuano version.
May chat group ba yung Cebu team mismo? Or
Meron.
yung may Bisaya? Baka
Meron.
pwedeng
Nandun lagi yung mukha ko pero wala ako dun.
O yun, add mo na sila para ma-add ka nila doon.
Hindi, add lang personally kasi for their team talaga. Pero kumbaga, post naman ni Coach L sa international pag may event. So, if you're connected with them, madali lang kasi personally, they get to update you. So, best na ako. Nakausap ko naman si Coach L. Supposedly, na-add mo na siya sa Facebook. Hindi na siya masyadong nagpo-post ngayon ng mukha niya. Pero he has he has a team in Talisa eh. So, at least you get to know them.
Alright. Thank you, Coach Zoe.
Shopee lang siya.
Maraming salamat sa time.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Stay safe.